So we are starting another section, and this section is all about the payroll. We have a payroll here, and the payroll here is how we post. And you can see initially when I display the payroll, we have three set of account that we have there. But because we deleted the account, so the payroll has gone with it. So when we see payroll here, don't forget you may decide to maximize your screen and minimize, maximize. So when you don't need to work with the menu, you can what? You can maximize it. On the payroll, we have deduction here, we have bonus here, we have employee record here, we have a new record here, and we can search a payroll. We have a payroll, we can filter payroll by date range, and we can search, we can equally export a payroll to what? Excel. I'm going to start with employee from here. From here, we may decide to have employee. I can create, let's say we want to create employee, and we are adding no employee. But before you create an employee, you must have generated an account number for an employee. Just like when we have different categories of, let's say we have a salary account, and when you have a salary, you can have sub account under the salary. Let's say under here, you can have your expenses. Do we have a salary here? Okay, we have salary here as a category. Let me add a new account for one employee. Let me say salary. So this salary, let me say the name of the account is Odofin, or the name of the account is Barao. I don't want to generate account number for it. The system will automatically generate the account number for it. So it is under I created the account under salary, created the account under salary. So we have Barao under this salary. So of course we can have different kind of account under salary. We can say, okay, Musa Timothy. We can have another account under salary. We can say Adeyemi Julius. We can save it. So under when you want to create a payroll, let's say I have a staff I want to add to it, I may now select the group of accounts. The group of accounts is under salary. So when I select a salary to bring all the sub account under the salary account. Remember, the salary account is a parent account, and then you have a sub account under it. Let's say I want to create an account for this Barao. So I say Barao, I can still put a name here, Barao. So the actual salary this person is going to take, let's say it is 120,000. The staff number, if any, BUT. The email address of this user, if available, let's say bara@gmail.com. The phone number of this user. So you now save the user. So we've created an employee with a salary of what? 120. So when you now come to, that is how to add employee. And if you want to edit employee, you can equally click the employee again and make necessary adjustment where necessary. Maybe the phone number is 070. So you may decide to do that and update. When you look at it, the phone number has changed. And you should always look at this message, whether it is successful or not successful. And you can equally refresh an employee. You can filter how you create the employee by date range. When you select the date range here, then you search. That is what this one. You can see now that we have similar design pattern across board. You always have a date filter. You have to then you search. This is what we have for employee. This is where you manage your employee and you add your employee. And the employee I've added now. I've added one employee. I've added one employee, but I've not posted any transaction for that employee yet. Another thing we need to know about it, if there are bonuses for employee, we just have to come in and define the bonuses for the employee. Let's say we have a bonuses category, we say it's a transport, we have a bonus for this person, transport. Let's search for that employee Barapor, and we can say it is let's say 1,500 naira, and say bonus for month. Let's say okay, I can say okay, type a comment monthly bonus. You put the status whether it is active or inactive. If a bonus is active, whenever you are making payment, the bonus will be added together as part of the salary. So we are making 5,000 naira to be what? Active. We can equally select another bonus. Let's say, okay, to the same person, to the same person, we have a 2,000 naira for this user. We can say, okay, a quarterly medical service, medical service. We can choose the sector to be what? Active here and choose the date we had it. And when you scroll down here, you see that okay, this barrel Paul app, this is the staff number of the Paul. It has this as a bonus. So that is where you define the bonus. Another thing you can do uh, on this same platform is on this same modules or payroll is to have a deduction. You can have a deduction on the staff and say, okay, maybe this user has taken some kind of a loan before, and you say, okay, you want to be deducting 20,000 naira. I can say, okay, what I'll be deducting is 20,000 naira. I can put a loan payment. I can put the status to be what? Active, and I put the transaction date, and you save it. So you now see that you can add different kind of deduction category, maybe penalty, or you put orders and save it. So the next thing is we talked about this deduction. We talked about bonus rather. We talked about deduction, and for every deduction you can edit them as well. And likewise, you can edit a bonus. I can come back here so you may not decide to say, okay, you want to post a new transaction, let's say a new payroll for that user. So if I select this Timothy, to bring all the details about that Timothy for me. So now, what really happened is this. I think there is issue here. The account category we selected the other time. Let me go and refresh this account category. Let me go back to payroll here and try to post new accounts. So when you see now, I want to pay this employee, it's possible that you actually have a salary account where you are paying them, but there are cases whereby you don't have money, you just want to take money, let's say from the money available from church building or from vehicle to pay the employee. So this is the debit account, the account you want to pay this employee from. I can answer, okay, I want to pay Barapor from that account. So immediately you select a Barapor, the actual salary that Barapor is taking will come. All the bonus that this Barapor is entitled to will be here. And the deduction will be equally here. The paid salary is this, and then you can put a comment and you put the date you make this payment and you save it. We allow you to put this date so that in case you have existing record you want to add into the application for record keeping, you can do that. But take note of this. If you pay the salary and you want to, what we want to do is, let's say we have another bonus. Let's say out of this bonus now for this user, when we check this earlier, it gave us that okay, the bonus is 1,500. So let's go and set any of the bonus to be inactive. Let's say the bonus for transportation, let's say okay, the transportation is no longer active, we save it back. So it means that if I come here to calculate for this user, or let's say for Paul, you now see now that the bonus is now what 2,000 naira. It's no longer 3,500 naira because one of the bonus is not active. So when you look at this, is the actual salary this user is supposed to take, but this is the bonus is supposed to take 122. But when we deduct 20,000 naira, we now be left with what 102. So I can say okay, monthly payment and put my comment there. Monthly payment, I can put the date of the transaction there and save it. So immediately you post to this account, we post a transaction to just post a payment to what the land. We remove the money from land. So if you go back to look at it, you can toggle it back. If you go back to transaction now and just try to select land, you will notice that the payment you made will appear here, and then it is a credit because we make a total payment of this. The balance on this account before you make the payment is 2,200,500. After you make the payment, you have 2,098,500, which is very much correct. So you post transaction there, you post from payroll, it will equally appear in the transaction. So this is what we have for payroll, and the payroll we don't have the list. Of course, you can export all this data to what Excel as you do. You can export the data to Excel. As I export it to Excel, you can see that okay, we have this payment. That is if you want to use this for further transaction. This is what we have for payroll. Let's recap again. You can add deduction, you manage deduction. You can may decide to sell any of the deduction to be what active or inactive, or you open it again. This I may decide to say this one is no longer active. Maybe you are fully paid all your income of all the deduction that's supposed to pay, and the bonuses as well. You can set them to be active. You can add new bonus. You can come here to define employee. But remember, before you define an employee, you need to create an account for the employee so that you associate employee record to that account. This is what we have for payroll. You may decide to refresh a payroll, and then you filter record by date range. Don't forget that you can filter record by date range research, and then you can equally export the record to Excel. This is what we have for payroll. Thank you.